Let's get to the economy right now. We got some new numbers now and big jobs data shattering expectations. The U.S. added 178,000 jobs last month. That's 100,000 more than expected. They were looking at 60K, and they got 178K. Unemployment ticking down to 4.3%. Kevin Hassett, National Economic Council Director, with me now from the North Lawn. Kevin, welcome back to our program.
Of course.
What's this tell us? Because no one saw this coming. Go.
Right. Well, I can say that this is an absolute blockbuster number. It's one of the best numbers that you've seen in a long time. And what it shows is that all of the cumulative policies that President Trump has pushed, the no tax on tips, no tax on overtimes, making the old Trump tax cuts permanent, deregulation, $18 trillion in new investments in the U.S. through our trade deals, all of that stuff, plus a big reduction in the trade deficit, has created an enormous amount of momentum for the U.S. economy. And so that momentum cannot be upended by a temporary Middle East skirmish.
Okay, I want to get to that. But do you
Yeah.
consider this full employment or near full employment at 4.3% on the unemployment number?
I actually don't think that it is full employment. I think that there's plenty of room to grow. And the way we would do that is that we would get more and more people to enter the labor force because of the high wage growth that we're seeing. I mean, there are a lot of people who've been sitting on the sidelines who are coming back to work because they get no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and especially the no tax on Social Security. There are a lot of people who are retired but want to get back into this booming labor force, and they have a much higher tax reward for doing it. You know, last night I was in a restaurant and I asked every waiter, how much money did you make now that they're doing their taxes because of the no tax on tips? And the average answer, well, the lowest answer was $3,000 last year, and the highest was $10,000, which was
that for people who were dining there or people who were working there?
No, that was the people who were working there.
Okay.
And so all of that is something that's going to feed this momentum in the economy. And while we're feeding that momentum, again, we've got all this foreign investment into the U.S. We just had a groundbreaking in Ohio for a big data center with SoftBank. And so this is really an economy that can't be slowed down.
What does it say about the threat of artificial intelligence to jobs in America? Has it not hit yet, or is that overblown in your view?
Well, you know, the president has asked us to assemble a team to work very, very carefully and understand everything about that issue, and we've been working on it very closely. And I could say that one of the things we're seeing right now is that, take for example, small businesses. The small businesses that use AI have tended to see over the last year, we got one data item, their revenue about doubled, because AI made them so much more efficient, and their employment didn't go down because their business was going up by so much. And so I think that in the end, we know that like programmers are going to see disruptions and so on. But right now, what we're seeing in the data is that it's the businesses that are at the frontier of AI are booming and then actually hiring more workers.
Okay,
I think in the end, we have to be concerned about substitution and plan for things to help soften the blow.
Okay, we're watching the trend. We'll see if it stays that way. Now to the war in Iran. Let's look at gas prices right now. Here's where we are today. Top line is $4.09. You see where we were a year ago, $3.26. Maybe your forecast is the place to start here. Where do you see this going?
Well, you know, in the Trump White House, we always have our eyes on the horizon. President Trump has said that this is a temporary thing, and the markets now obviously agree. If you look at the jobs numbers today, if people thought this was going to be a long-term disruption, you would never see a job number like this. And so our expectation is that this is going to last just a little bit longer, and then things will get back to normal much faster than you could expect. The bottom line is, though, that we've taken every possible measure to minimize the disruption along the way. We have our eyes on the horizon, but we're also watching, you know, what's going on in the surf right now. And so, for example, we've released a strategic reserve. It's the second largest release of the strategic reserve on record. We've coordinated that with a lot of foreign governments. We've waived the Jones Act for 60 days so U.S. Gas can easier move around within the U.S. We've done a lot of things. And finally, I'd like to remind everybody once again that we could have had a much bigger strategic reserve effect, except for the fact that right before the midterm election, Joe Biden he's the one who had the biggest release of the strategic reserve, and there was no supply disruption at the time. He was just trying to offset all those terrible energy policies and get gas prices down ahead of the election.
Okay, but that was then, but this is now. And what's now is West Texas crude. Which is what we produce here in the U.S. We're a net exporter of oil. On February 27th, it was $67 a barrel. And now we're at $111 for West Texas crude. I think the question there is, what can our economy tolerate? How high can it go?
Well, you can see that right now our economy has so much momentum that it's humming along. Don't forget that our economy is much different than the 1970s economy, where we didn't really produce the oil. I think the energy dominance strategy of President Trump has been a real godsend right now at this time. But again, these higher prices are a temporary phenomenon, and it's going to end very soon. President Trump just gave an amazing address about that. The bottom line is that the energy prices are going down as this quiets down, and you don't have to believe me. Just look at the futures markets, which trade future contracts on these things, and they're way back headed towards normal by the fall and certainly into the summer.
Okay, I watch the gas signs every time I'm on the road. Last question here.
I
got
to
be quick on this.
Be cautious about that, for sure. It's very disappointing, I know, for people right now, but it's a temporary phenomenon.
And a lot of people are going to be out traveling this weekend too. They're going to take notice of it also. Look, I got 15 seconds. The budget proposal from the White House came out about 60 minutes ago. Just give me a top line headline. What does it say about this White House and what its priorities are?
Well, I guess that because of all the stuff we've done, like cutting government employment, that we're being very fiscally responsible, but we also have an increasing eye on the importance of national defense and the potential budgetary costs of that. And so it's fiscally responsible and an increasing spending on defense because of all the things that we're seeing in the world.
We will see in the end what kind of traction it gets. Kevin Hassett, thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
I wish we had 30 more minutes. We'll do it again.
All right.
Have a good and
Easter.
blessed Easter weekend, sir.
You too.
Thanks. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.